This is a tough question. What is the most tragic scene in the movie A Christmas Story about the kid that wants the Red Ryder BB rifle for Christmas, Ralphie? What is the most tragic scene? Is there even a tragic scene? I'm going to jump right in on this, and here's a clue. Watch this clip.
Ralphie,
Yeah?
why don't you go help your father?
Really? Can I?
Yeah. Watch the traffic there.
Okay.
It was the first time that it had been suggested that I go help my father with anything.
What are you doing here?
Mom said I should help.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, sit down here. Squat down. Yeah, that's it. Here, I'll hold this here. No, not that way, not that way. Go on, come on, Rat Trap. Pull it like this, eh?
How?
Oh, like this. Here, I want to put the nuts in it.
Okay.
Yeah, there we go. There's 4 of them. And we got it. Right there. There it is. I gotta get that dirty mud. Bling, bling, bang, bang. There we go. And...
Oh, for one brief moment, I saw all the bolts silhouetted against the lights of the traffic, and then they were gone.
Oh, fudge.
Only I didn't say fudge. I said the word, the big one, the queen mother of dirty words, the F-dash-dash-dash word.
What did you say? That's what I thought you said. In the car. Go on.
It was all over. I was dead. What would it be? The guillotine, hanging, the chair, the rack, the Chinese water torture? Mere child's play compared to what surely awaited me.
Everything go all right?
You know what your son just said?
No, what?
I'll tell you what he said. Ready?
All right, I've given it away. Now you know what I think is the most tragic scene, but why is it tragic, even tragic more deeply than you thought of before? Because there's that funny bit in it, the fudge, we tend to think it's comedic, not tragic. But in many respects, it's a very tragic scene that deals with the tragic life of the screenwriter, Gene Shepard. I had the honor and the privilege of knowing Gene Shepard, of talking about his stories, about talking with him about A Christmas Story, of even teaching college students about how to tell a story. And this scene, this tire-changing scene, is a tragedy. And I'm not going to talk about the tragic dimension of it in terms of the obvious, and that is that Ralphie gets into trouble because he utters not the fudge word, but the F-bomb. That's tragic too, and he gets into trouble. It's also funny, and we laugh at it. But here's the thing about that scene. Mom wants Ralphie to connect with the old man. She wants the old man and Ralphie to work on something together. And she wants Ralphie to feel like the old man cares about him, Ralphie, and loves him, wants to do things with him. So she says, Ralphie, why don't you go out and help him? And he says, really? He can't believe it. She says, yeah, go on out there. Okay. So he's out. Watch for traffic. He's out there to help the old man. He surprises the old man, right? The old man did not ask him to come help, but he shows up because Mom thinks this would be a good thing for the two of them, and she's thinking there especially about what would be good for Ralphie. And so Ralphie gets down there at the blown-out tire, and the old man gets started on changing it, and he's accepting the fact that Ralphie's there, that Mom said he could help, and He says, okay, you hold this here, and he's got the hubcap, and he's putting the hardware in there, and of course the old man is impatient because he's trying to meet his 4-minute record. Time me, 4 minutes. And he's out the door. He's at the Indy 500. Boy, oh boy, he's going to do this fast. Even though he's the kind of Willie Loman of tires, you know, he's got these treadless tires. Oh boy, it's crazy. So he is there to fix that tire and do it in record time, and Ralphie's there. He's going to let Ralphie help, but all of a sudden the old man makes a move, and he knocks over the hardware in the snow, in the ice. And Ralphie sees this, and oh, he feels terrible. He's out there at Mom's wishes, Mom's urging to connect with the old man, father and son together, doing something together, and suddenly he has blown it. He's let this go, even though it's the old man that did it. It's Ralphie who was holding this stuff, and now he's in trouble. He says the F word on top of it all. Get in the car. Get in the car. Get in the car. It's all over. What Ralphie thought could happen, what Mom thought could happen for the good here, this bonding between the two, is not going to happen. It's a terribly tragic scene. It's made funny by the F-bomb, but let me go a little bit more deeply into this with you. Gene Shepherd never really connected with his own father. Great screenwriter, but not so great in his connection with his father. No, his father was never around, as Gene would say. And then around the time that Gene was finishing high school, or at least his brother Randy was finishing high school, his dad, who was not around much and not around even some evenings, just takes off. Divorces Mom, gets together with another woman, moves to Florida, and Gene never sees him again. Gene had very low self-esteem as a person. He felt unloved, at least unloved by his father. And that affected him deeply. And throughout his storytelling, you see this separation between dads and the kids. And in fact, you see old man here and there acting in the stories, never referring to the sons by name. This is tragic. It was tragic in the life of Gene Shepherd. It's tragic in how some of these scenes get developed, and this is one. Imagine it differently. If Ralphie had gone out there and the old man says, "Hey, Ralphie, what are you doing here?" And he says, "Hey, Mom said I should come out and help." He said, "Oh, that's a great idea. I wish I'd thought of that. Get right down here and hold this for me, and let's see what we can do here. I'm going to show you how to change the tire." And he starts taking the hardware off. It's the wrong hardware, by the way, but we won't get into that. If you want some trivia, look that one up. Putting the hardwood in there, and all of a sudden the old man, out of his impatience as he's rushing to make that 4-minute mark, bangs it, and the stuff goes flying, and the old man says to Ralphie, "Hey, don't worry, Ralphie. I'm sorry that I banged into that. Let's see if we can find that hardware together, and then we'll do our best to make it in 6 minutes. What do you think, son? What do you think? Let's do it." And they look around and they get the hardware together and they put it on and they get in the car and together. And Mom says, "How did it go?" And the old man says, "We had a little bit of trouble there. We lost the hardware, but we got it. Probably didn't make the 4 minutes, did I?" And Mom looks at the watch and says, "Yeah, 6.5 minutes. And the old man says, "Ralphie, next time. Or let me take it a step further on this. Suppose while they're out there, when the old man hits that hardware and it goes, and Ralphie says the F-bomb, the old man says, 'Ooh, Ralphie, your language is getting as bad as mine. Mom gets upset all the time when I use that language. We shouldn't really be using it, especially if we're around her. And I won't tell Mom that you let it go. Let's find the hardware and get this thing replaced. What do you think?'" Very different scenarios, aren't they? Now, I'm talking from my heart here to you about this, both in terms of that scene and how I feel when I see that scene, because I had some difficulties in my relationship with my father too, but also because of what I know Gene Shepherd went through with his father and how it affected him very negatively, even to the point where he was not the kind of father with his own son, where he would have changed that tire with him by invitation and done it in a loving way. From generation to generation, we learn good things and bad things, and we all deal with the difficulties of life, trying to overcome them. This is part of the tragedy of life, and this scene is tragic in that sense. I still like it, I appreciate it, I watch it, but I also know what's behind it, and I feel it. It's part of the pathos of the movie rather than the comedy of the movie, for me, if I can put it that way for you. Hey, thanks for watching this video. This has been a little more serious one than many of them that I've made. I hope it connects with you and with your heart, from my heart to your heart. And you understand something of the life lesson here. And Gene Shepherd told his stories as life lessons, and that's why I subtitled my book, Life Lessons from the movie A Christmas Story. I hope you'll check out the book. Link below to Amazon. Link below for, if you would like, personal copy signed by me for any of your friends in any way you'd like. And please give me a thumbs up on the video if you liked it down below, and comment. Tell me what you think, really, from your heart. You don't have to identify yourself by name if you don't want. Connect with me somehow on this, because this is such an important life lesson. Thank you.